The Dershow.
Zelenskyy made a terrible blunder by going into the Oval Office not to sign and congratulate and shake hands, but to get into an argument. Now, he didn't initially get into an argument. He initially, seemed to agree, and then Vance really provoked him into an argument. And the idea that he didn't thank the president enough, he thanked him. Did you notice what Netanyahu did shortly after that? He profusely thanked Trump. He thanked him. He thanked the United States. He went out of his way to make sure that he thanked us, the American people and the American government and the president of the United States for all the arms and all the help that the United States provided Israel. That's the right response. And, if Netanyahu is invited to the Oval Office again, as he was not so long ago, it's going to be a hugging. It's going to be to show how united they are, not how divided they are. So it was a terrible blunder on behalf of Zelenskyy. I know Zelenskyy. I've met him. I've talked to him. I spoke to his chief of staff, the man who arranged the meeting, and probably, if anybody was guilty of committing the blunder, was apparently he talked Zelenskyy into going into the Oval Office. I don't think he knew for sure what was going to happen in the Oval Office. I don't think anybody knew that for sure. And that was the problem. It should have all been scripted. Too much was at stake. And, he had meetings before that with members of Congress, both Democrats and Republicans. It has been reported, don't know if it's true, but it was reported. And the senator from Connecticut, Murphy, seemed to confirm that Democrats urged Zelenskyy not to sign the deal involving minerals. If that is true, it clearly, technically, is a crime. It violates the Logan Act. Logan Act passed in 1799, which prohibits anybody who is not authorized, and obviously a minority senator is not authorized, to negotiate foreign policy, to say things to foreign leaders that have them undercut American policy. American policy was to have him sign the agreement in which the United States would have access to certain valuable minerals. And if Murphy told him not to do it, he committed a crime. He violated the law. He violated the Logan Act. Now, the Logan Act hasn't been enforced, I think, since 1814, when some poor farmer, I don't know, had some contact with some Frenchmen or something. And it may very well be unconstitutional. It also may be in violation, not only of free speech rights, but also of senatorial immunity. Senators are not supposed to be questioned anywhere for actions they took as senators. So Senator Murphy is not at risk. He's not getting arrested for anything. And if he were, he'd win the case. I'd even defend him on First Amendment grounds, even though if he did tell Zelenskyy not to sign the agreement, he did a terrible thing, and he should have to pay political consequences for that. You don't undercut American foreign policy by your own domestic issues and concerns and politics.